Prepare to have your mind stretched. Let's start with one of the most famous paradoxes in quantum physics, Schrödinger's cat. Imagine a cat inside a sealed box with a mechanism that has a 50% chance of releasing poison based on a random quantum event. Until you open the box, the cat is both alive and dead at the same time. It exists in a state called superposition, where both possibilities are equally real. This paradox highlights the bizarre nature of quantum mechanics, where observation fundamentally affects reality. How can something be in two states at once? That's the mind-bending nature of the quantum world. Next up, the grandfather paradox, a classic head-scratcher in time travel. Picture this. You build a time machine, travel back, and accidentally prevent your grandfather from meeting your grandmother. If they never met, you wouldn't be born, and neither would you travel back in time. This paradox throws a wrench into the idea of changing the past and makes us wonder if time travel is even possible. It forces us to confront the idea of cause and effect, and whether those rules still apply when you mess with time. The Fermi paradox asks, if the universe is vast and teeming with stars and planets, where are the aliens? Statistically, there should be other intelligent civilizations out there, so, why haven't we encountered any signs of extraterrestrial life? Are we alone, or are we looking in the wrong places? The bootstrap paradox. Who wrote the book? Imagine you find a book with instructions on building a time machine. You build it, travel back, and give the book to its author. The author tells you they got the idea from a mysterious stranger, you. So, who actually wrote the book? The information exists in a closed loop with no clear origin. This paradox makes us question the nature of cause and effect, especially in a time loop. The twin paradox explores one of the consequences of Einstein's theory of special relativity. Imagine identical twins, Alice and Bob. Alice travels at a significant fraction of the speed of light, while Bob stays on Earth. When Alice returns, she has aged less than Bob. This paradox highlights time dilation, where time is relative to the observer's frame of reference. Time flows differently for objects moving at different speeds. The paradox of the ravens, or Hempel's paradox, cuts to the core of how we confirm knowledge. If all ravens are black, seeing a black raven supports that statement, but seeing a green apple also supports it because it doesn't contradict the rule. This paradox forces us to examine the relationship between evidence and the statements we're trying to prove. The liar paradox is a classic brain teaser. The statement is, this sentence is false. If the sentence is true, then it must be false. But if it's false, then it must be true. This paradox highlights the limitations of language and self-reference, showing how a simple statement can unravel into a tangle of logical impossibilities. The barber paradox, formulated by Bertrand Russell, takes us to a village with a particular barber. The barber shaves all men who do not shave themselves. Who shaves the barber? If he shaves himself, he violates the rule. If he doesn't, he must be shaved by himself. This paradox exposes a fundamental problem in set theory and the idea of sets that can contain themselves. The ship of Theseus raises questions about identity and change. Imagine a ship with parts replaced one by one. Is it still the same ship? At what point does it cease to be the original and become something new? This paradox challenges us to consider what constitutes the essence of an object. Zeno's paradoxes challenge our understanding of motion, space, and infinity. In the paradox of Achilles and the tortoise, Achilles gives the tortoise a head start. Before Achilles can overtake the tortoise, he must reach the point where the tortoise started. This process continues infinitely, with Achilles always closing the distance but never quite catching up. This paradox forces us to confront the nature of infinity and continuous motion. From particles to the vastness of space, these paradoxes highlight the mysteries of the universe. They remind us that the more we learn, the more we realize how much we don't know. Embrace the questions, even the ones that twist logic into knots. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and never stop being amazed by the mind-bending nature of reality.